welcome to my channel. If you're here for the first time, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so each time I upload a new video you're going to be notified about it. And if you're returning, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here. And well, today I'm going to make this a chit chat. I really just want to talk about this because I noticed it recently, and it's something that I have suffered from it. So I really just want to share my experience and what it is in general and how we can definitely handle it. And it is something that if not handled properly, I think always say this because I'm saved for happiness, and one thing that can really hinder you is stage fright. And a lot of people have a lot inside them. Some people can sing like the Celine Dion, the Sinach. Some people can motivate more than Steve Harvey and maybe Oprah Winfrey, and a lot of people have a impact or gift inside of them, but yet they can't manifest in it because of stage fright. And this is something that I've experienced before. Like I may have mentioned this is one of my videos. One of my mommy Eta, she said something to me. She's like, Lydia, I'm watching your videos and I see that you're getting to communicate better, you're talking well. I think at some point in my life I had stage fright, and that's true. At some point, even now, sometimes I get up and I'm like, okay, I can't do this, I'm scared, I may not be able to handle this, am I sure that I can do this? Sometimes it comes like that, but there's something that makes me to get up on my feet and like, okay, you have to do it. And I'm going to be discussing generally about it. That's why I said it's going to be a chit chat, because it will be much of my experiences and how I think that you can handle it, because I know somehow we face it. If you look technically into those people who are out there who are still doing something, if they can tell you and be truthful about it, there's some form of stage fright inside of them, but they have been able to master the fact that the purpose for which they were called for is much more important than their ability to fear or that fear inside of them. You are very unique. You should know that. I have a video on that, and make sure to you look down my videos. You're gonna see that you're very unique, and there's a thing that only you can do. Even as much as you can sing, maybe you sing like I do, I talk like I'm doing now, but yet there could be someone else who is doing the same thing, but nobody can do it the way you do it. And you should also know that there are some people who are called to follow you. People are called to learn from you. People love you, and they can easily learn from you than other people. Not because those other people are not good or so, but just because they believe in you, they can learn better from you. So that is why you need to always let go of your fear. I feel like I'm already entering into the reasons why you should let go of the stage fright and work on what you're supposed to do and do it well. The Bible says in the book of 2 Timothy chapter 1 verses 7, it says, "For God has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Most of the times, why stage fright is just fear. Stage fright, you're just afraid of the outcome of what you're doing. Mostly I'm going to be giving reference to the Christian part of it, because at least in that we have a spiritual backing, and that is the backing that I can be assured of, and I can tell you much about it, because I've seen many places where you're not probably prepared, which is something very bad, but yet the Spirit of the Lord will move because you could let go of the fear and allow the Spirit of God to work through you and do what he planned to do for that service. You became a vessel for that service. You understand me? Stage fright can hinder a lot of people. In fact, it has hindered a lot of people. A lot of people are kept down, are staying somewhere and not manifesting in their giftings, in their abilities, because of stage fright. They are not doing it, and they cannot perform perfectly because of their stage fright. Some are even working on it. People are even in the fields of where they were called, but yet they are not working towards perfection because of stage fright. I'm afraid of people, and not trying to be proud, but you should understand that all of us are equal before God, and nobody is as big, nobody is too important. Everybody is equal before God. And so there's no need for you to come in front of people and be afraid of how people will see you. And people's perception. What if I went off key? What if I didn't say the right words? What if I made a mistake in the line? We are all bound to make mistakes, and so this should not be the reason why you're not doing what you're doing. I'm one of those persons, if you have listened to my videos, I'm going to be printing out my mistakes. I stammer at some point. I stammer. Sometimes I lose words. And so, but that will not make me to stop talking. I know that I have to do this because this is my conviction. And I'm already bringing out the points. And I know that this is what I'm supposed to do. That does not make me fear. Because sometimes you feel that because you may not have the conviction, or you may not have the right words to say, or you may not say it as fluent or eloquent as every other person is saying it, so you're not supposed to say it. Remember, there are people who listen to you. They may not be able to get access to the other people who are better or doing it already. If they can get it to you and get the message, that is important. All right. Reasons why people may have stage fright. Most of the times, the main reasons why we have stage fright, and it may differ from one person to the other. So please don't come and quarrel me here because I said something which is opposite. And it's okay to have different points of view. But one of the reasons I think that people are having stage fright, it should not necessarily be their personality. And I'm a melancholic sanguine. And as much as I grow, I'm noticing something about me. I'm noticing that my melancholic part of me is coming up, and my sanguine part of me is dropping. I feel like I may not want to be an extrovert, like an extrovert introvert thing. I may not want to be too out there. I may not want to be too into a lot of things. I may not want people to say things about me. And so that alone can make me feel like, okay, this part of my personality is making me feel like I'm not supposed to be doing this. I'm scared of doing this, because a melancholy part of you wants to be close. It wants to be enclosed. You just have the knowledge and you don't want to come out there. But now this is the point where you need to allow the other part of you. For me, the sanguine part will say, okay, no, girl, you have to step up the stage. You need to be able to do this. You need to be able to talk about it. You may not be able to say it right, but just say it. That's the other part of me. And so most of the times, many people don't do a lot of the things that you're supposed to do because of their personality. And so that is why you need to be able to cultivate new personality, like grow yourself, learn new things, like cultivate new habits, learn new things. You know, you have a lot inside of you, and so you don't die with these potentials. Don't come and die with these potentials. A lot of people have to learn from you. Don't keep them inside of you. A second thing that makes people to have stage fright is lack of prayer. You don't pray about what you want to do, and so there's no conviction. You don't have any conviction that this thing that you're doing like this is good. Say, as a worshiper, you want to come and lead for choruses and or worship during. You want to lead people to Christ and to lead people into worship. You've not even prayed about it. You've not prayed. You don't even know if God is there with you. Or let me say, in quotes, there with you, or God is going to be there with you, or God is leading you. You've not prayed about it, so there's no conviction. There's no confidence in it. It is proper for us to always work on this aspect. Pray about what you want to do. I want to go for service today. I go down on my knees and I'm like, God, help me. Today I'm the one who's supposed to lead. I have people who know me very well. I am still scared to minister. I say this upfront because it is not about me. I am just scared because I'm like, one of the things I'm coming to the point which is the point of the desire to be the best, to do good, the desire to be at the best point, the desire to deliver properly. That causes fear with me, and that's one of the points. Most of the times people are afraid to come ahead because they are afraid if they'll be able to say the right things, if they'll be able to do it well. And so that hinders them from instead it's like the focus is shifted from what it's supposed to be. Am I going to do this? I'm not sure. And sometimes the next one is comparison. You start to check this other person. A sings very well more than me. B is a good speaker. This one is fluent. This one can always switch from pidgin to English. One can switch from French to this. I can't speak. I can't go and speak in National Assembly because of all of this. You start to drift back. That causes fear instead. That means your focus has been shifted from the main thing. You're supposed to be looking somewhere. The other thing that causes stage fright is timidity. You're just timid, you know. you're just timid, and sometimes it's just you need boldness. You need to be bold to come out there. Like the scripture says, God has not given us the spirit of fear. In some other versions you say the spirit of timidity. You need to be bold, come out there, put on that boldness and do what you're supposed to do. And all of these aspects, even if you still have this aspect and you mount the stage and they are still working inside of you, it will affect your performance. Definitely, it will so affect your performance that anybody who really knows this will notice it. Yes, will notice that this person is scared. That's why some people go into auditions. At some point in my life, when I was growing in aspect of music, I can't go for auditioning. I can't come and stand somewhere and then people are telling me that, okay, you're supposed to sing before we put you into this position, or before you're qualified to do this. Heaven knows I was scared at some point, not because I can't do it. It's just that I'm scared that, am I going to do this? And at some point, a good observer can read that you're scared. In your voice, if you're singing in your voice, we know. We know. Even somebody who does not know much about music, who does not know much about anything or speaking, sees the way you're acting in one video or one thing, will just know that this girl like this was scared at this point. Because your body language will show. Your body language will show the way you're behaving. You cannot hide it. You cannot hide it. So you need to be careful. Work on these things, because that alone distracts your audience. Because somebody will be like, okay, but why is this girl, she's saying something good, but why is she scared to come up to speak up? When you get to the stage, one thing I would advise is, if you're a singer or a speaker, you're on a stage, you want to talk to people, go above. Sorry for that. One of the things that you need to do is you need to be able to look above their heads, like their heads like this. Look them on their foreheads. If you really have stage fright, while you're working towards being better, try to look at them like this. Don't look somebody in their eyes, because somebody can come and do like this. You just imagine you're singing, or you're motivating or preaching, then somebody is doing like this in church, and you're looking the person in the eye, like, you'll be distracted. Look at them above your heads, and as time goes on, you get to be used to that. And so one thing you need to also do is, if you're supposed to minister somewhere, go early. You're not God to be coming late, or even God goes early to places. Don't go later. If you have stage fright, go early. Get yourself acquainted to the environment. Get yourself, pray for the environment. Yes, this is to anybody, whether you're a public speaker, you're a singer, whatever you're going to do, you're supposed to stand in front of an audience. Go early. Stand there. Get used to the environment. Talk to one or two people. Even if you're not introducing yourself as the speaker, or you're going to be speaking, just be okay. For example, this is my room. It's gonna be different for me to talk here and talk in just somewhere I just walk into in 2 minutes, because this is my room and no one is here. For example, no one is here, and so I'm acquainted to this area. Even if somebody was here, I'm acquainted to this area. So what you need to do is get to the place where you're supposed to minister. Go early and get yourself acquainted. If you're a minister, go there and pray. Become a part of that environment. Sense the environment and know how you can be able to relate. Go early so you can be able to listen to the people who will come in before you, and to sense the spirit. Don't come in at your time when you cannot even know what is happening. Like, your sensitivity is going to be pretty low, because you need to come and assess before you want to assess, and before you want to go on. I'm practically talking too much in this video, because this is something that really works against those who are very, very, very talented. Sorry. So, like I said, the one thing you need to also do is be prepared. I can't be going for somewhere, or I want to do this video, I'm not prepared. I don't have notes. This is my notes. Sorry, you're not going to be able to see it. You need to be able to be prepared. Have yourself, have something you're ready for. Even if it's singing, even as much as the spirit will lead you, you want to lead for worship, you should have a song that you want to start with. And if you're supposed to minister somewhere and you're going to be ministering with new people, new musicians, you need to go early, meet up with them, greet them. We're going to be working together. I hope, please, can we be in one spirit? You're going to be helping me out. Let's just bring down the presence of God. I think that is necessary. And be prepared. Bring your songs. Like, please, I'm singing in this key, I'm singing in EO. Please, when I want to sing, please just press the key for me. It helps you. It gives you some form of balance and some form of confidence. Bad word. And so that helps you. It keeps you prepared. And when you get on the stage, you need to be bold. Like I said it before. One time I remember when it was like 2007, when I was still growing. I think Pastor Eta, I had the opportunity to sing a song, and so I was on stage with him and Brian Aboringon. He's a great musician, and Pastor Eta Benson. We're on stage and we're singing "Shout to the Lord, oh the earth." There's a part I was supposed to come in. I think I can't even remember. It's been really long. 2007. I have a cousin. He was playing the bass, but that time he was out of the bass, so he went outside. He was distracting me. He went and stood in front of the window that was directly in front of me, and what he was doing is he was doing crazy styles, and he was making, I'm sorry to do this on video, but it was really distracting. I was on stage. It took me a while to really get focused on what I was doing. And when it got to my part, glory to God, I could sing well. But that gave me some form of understanding. Don't be distracted on stage. You came there for something. You need to be able to deliver. And when you're done delivering, then you can do every other thing that you want to do. Be focused on what you're doing. And a lot of distractions are going to be there, but that helps me a lot to be focused on what I'm doing. So like I said, study, practice beforehand. So if I have to say this, if I have to come and speak to you, I tell myself, I go to the mirror. I always talk alone. I rehearse everything that I want to do, sing the songs I want to sing. If you're a worshiper, you need to worship the God that you want to make us worship God first before coming to help us worship God. Because that sets the pace. It puts you at the level a little bit above us and leads us. You cannot be leading us and you're behind. And you also need to be prepared, be focused on your goal. You also need to know if it's the appointed time for you to do such. One thing that will make you not deliver well is if you're doing something at the wrong time. If you're a worshiper and it doesn't mean that because you can sing very well, you are supposed to sing every Sunday. If it is not your day to sing, if God has not called you to minister on that day, if he does not want to use you and he wants to use a little child in the choir, make sure to give space for that child, because you go there and you will sing carnality. You understand me? And one thing that will really make you to drop down and cause you more stage fright is if you perform today and it was not better than yesterday. And so you need to be able to be sensitive. If God is sending you to a place, if God is sending you in that project, if you've committed it to God and God said, okay, give you a yes. And so if God gives you a yes, there's no need to be afraid. There's no need to be afraid. All right. So Ephesians chapter 6 verse 19 says, and for me, that utterance may be given unto me, that I may open my mouth boldly to make known the mystery of the gospel. Each time I have to do something, I tell my friends, my close cycle, I'm going somewhere, Bo. Are you following me? But if you're not going with me, please pray for me. Ask for help. I think that one of those things that you need to do is to be able to ask for help. Hope this is a blessing to you. And remember, God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of faith, of power, of love, and of a sound mind. God bless you. Have a wonderful week ahead.